The whistleblower complaint is out. Here's what caught our eye. Is all this good for Joe Biden or not? Impeachment talk is going up, and so are Elizabeth Warren's poll numbers. I'm Jamal Simmons. The whistleblower saga continues. This is why you should care. The cat is out of the bag. Mounting pressure from both Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill for the whistleblower complaint against President Trump to be released. It actually worked. Lawmakers in the House and Senate Intelligence Committees were given the full whistleblower complaint first, and House Intel released it to the public Thursday morning. The document alleges that President Trump, with the help of Attorney General William Barr and his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, attempted to persuade the Ukrainian government to launch a probe against a political rival. We now know that rival is former Vice President Joe Biden. The complaint also revealed that the White House attorneys directed officials to delete electronic transcripts of the call from the servers where they would normally be stored. In the August 12th complaint, the whistleblower acknowledged he was not present for the phone call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky, but he wrote that several White House officials were there, and as protocol goes, they took detailed notes. The whistleblower, an intelligence officer who remains anonymous, defended the officials' accounts and wrote the officials reportedly being deeply disturbed by what had transpired in the phone call. He also defended their credibility. All of this was revealed this morning, just before the acting director of national intelligence, Joseph McGuire's testimony on Capitol Hill. Now, why you should care? The drip on this case is getting faster and faster. It seems every hour or two we are getting new information that takes the story even further. Whatever your political persuasion, muscle up for a lot more attention and a lot more revelations on how President Trump is conducting his foreign engagements. In the center of the whistleblower controversy over President Trump's alleged attempt to influence the Ukrainian president is former Vice President Joe Biden. Biden's son Hunter worked for a Ukrainian company that the president accuses the Bidens of being participants in some levels of corruption. There has been no independent confirmation of any wrongdoing by Biden. But what is happening is that Joe Biden is getting a surge of attention. There are two schools of thought about all of this. On one hand, Biden is being sniped at by Trump, and most of his rivals are attacking the president in response. Senator Chris Coons from Delaware, and a Biden supporter, makes the point that voters are reminded of Biden's foreign policy experience. However, political strategist Donna Brazile told the New York Times that the story undermines Biden much the way Hillary Clinton was undermined in 2016. Biden's campaign is taking the threat seriously. Deputy campaign manager Kate Bedingfield emailed reporters to be sure to note there is no factual basis for the president's hostilities toward the former VP. Now, here's why you should care. Even before the story broke, Joe Biden was sliding in the polls. Soon we'll know how the controversy has impacted the former vice president. Did it reestablish him as Trump's most formidable opponent, or just add to voters' worries about his campaign? While all this noise about impeachment and whistleblowers is rocking Washington, Elizabeth Warren is just moving on up in the polls. A new Quinnipiac University survey shows Warren edging out former Vice President Joe Biden nationally, 27 to 25%. Senator Bernie Sanders is at 16%, and the other candidates don't even make it to double digits. Now, even though Warren and Biden are statistically tied given the survey's margin of error, it's still notable, since up until recently, Biden has held a distant lead in the 2020 horse race. Here's why you should care. Until now, the 2020 Democrats have saved their vitriol for GOP opponent Donald Trump. But it seems like the Sanders and Biden camps are turning their fire toward Warren. Bernie and Warren have reportedly had a non-aggression pact, but that might have reached its expiration date. Team Bernie has been gradually taking more explicit shots at Warren. In a not-so-veiled jab, Bernie's national press secretary, Brianna Gray, recently pointed out how another candidate is taking positions she says Sanders has long held, such as LGBTQ rights, pro-union legislation, and more. That other candidate was probably Elizabeth Warren. Biden, too, has gone after Warren, for example, criticizing her health care plan that would raise taxes on the middle class. You know, life in the NFL of politics is hard. The better Warren does, the harder the hits are going to get. If Democrats want her to be the nominee, they're going to have to see how she holds up under the bright lights of media and Apple Research scrutiny. Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.